This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
In the 88. Remember,
got a spin on the front.
Around goes Ron Hornaday in the 9.
Hi.
He may have had some help. Justin Lofton, the 6 truck, was right behind him.
He had a lot of help on the end of the spin. I don't know if maybe he got sideways first, but definitely lofted into the back of Hornaday.
Hornaday was running in the 4th spot when he came out of turn number 4, and around he goes.
Don't see a great deal of damage. Looked like Justin maybe had made the move to the inside, Michael. And they made contact right down there in the center of turn number 4.
You make the commitment to the low side.
You see he got sideways and actually had opened up the bottom of the racetrack, got a little bit sideways, took up some more room, and Justin was there.
I knew what finished the spin. I wasn't sure what started it, Phil.
So the 4-time champion.
At it to start, you see him do fine in the corner, but watch, he's going to pull over because it looks like he definitely, I would say, has a cylinder gone. Again, he's fine through the corner here, and initially when he gets on the throttle, but right about now is when the thing starts losing power.
I'm just wondering if it has enough battery to run the ignition when he tries to go up to the higher RPMs. Maybe the thing's just barely running right now, but it's not going to fix itself, and he needs a caution pretty desperately. Looks like we might have one. The 22 truck of Joey Coulter into the outside wall in turn 3.
Yellow's out. The 22's in the fence over here, 3 or 4.
You mentioned it.
Right front tire looks like maybe for Joey Coulter. It's not turning right now.
Yeah, a lot of damage to the right front of that truck.
Big break for several trucks. Our leader, Kevin Harvick, had gotten right on the bumper of Jason White. Max Gresham and those guys were all battling to stay on the lead lap. Oh, Matt Crafton's engine going crazy.
Yeah, like you say, you know, the battery may not even be strong enough to run our telemetry. He knows he will have to restart from the tail of the longest line.
If they go right to the left rear, that's where the battery's low.
Slow down here, but right before the center.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Yeah. Had a right front tire go down, got into the wall. That brought out our second caution. How's that team doing now, Ray?
Well, flat tire for Joey Coulter, and as they pulled it off the truck, it was pretty simple to see here that they had melted the bead on the inside. Excessive brake heat certainly did that, so no question about it as we saw that.
Here.
And the yellow is back out here at Martinsville.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick around in the 60, so that brings out the third caution.
Looks like the left rear tire is certainly low. Don't know if it's flat or not.
Oh, and Jeff Agnew, huge damage to the front of that truck.
Been a rough day for Agnew.
Yeah, wow. See what happens here. You see a little bit of contact right here between John West Townley and the 09. He gets a little bit loose, and then he moves up into the 60, and that's his chain reaction. You see Dakota Armstrong with a lot of damage as well in the 98 truck. Watch the chain reaction now.
That was a case too, Phil. You talk about that curb. I think John West caught a bit of the curb.
Move back. Dillon's able to hold on to that spot. Peters holding on to third. Busher, and now we see Dusty Davis in the 15 stopped on the track. That'll bring out the caution once again.
And guess what? Matt Crafton will get to Aaron's lucky dog now. That battle for position on the racetrack is going to give Matt Crafton one full half mile.
And also it's going to give him time. He's going to have more time now to work his way through those trucks. You saw how hard it was to pass. Matt's probably got a top 5 truck, but he couldn't get around Ross Chastain back in 14th. He needs that time to be able to work his way through the field.
So the fourth caution comes out.
12th spot between Pluto and Leffler. Another rear end gear, looks like.
Another rear end gear is going to be burned up. Looks like Ryan Siegs.
Got fire underneath the truck. That's why the safety crews are there.
That's how hot that grease gets.
Right there by the exhaust as well. So a lot of heat generated on the right side of those trucks.
They're going to have to stay right there because that'll flare up again. That grease as it leaks out.
Monday night, head to the center of NASCAR country with NASCAR Race Hub. Tune in as we recap the beating and banging from Martinsville. Plus, catch up on the latest breaking NASCAR news. NASCAR Race Hub Monday at 6 and 11 Eastern, only on Speed. Fifth caution has come out this time. It is for veteran David Starr. The right rear tire down on that truck. He was around in turn 2.
We had noticed that he was free falling. A lot of trucks have been able to get by him. You can see right now that right rear is down. Almost flight. He does a nice job keeping that truck out of the outside wall. Unfortunately, he lost a lap, and
That's his unfortune, and it's good fortune for Ron Horn.
So we need to keep our eye on it. And a good bit of damage on the front end there. Looks like Jason may have gotten into a few people. And over in turn 2, we just saw the 22 of Joey Coulter get way high up on the racetrack.
Yeah, Joey Coulter almost into the wall coming out of turn number 2.
Another right front tire there. So could be interesting to see how this thing winds up here with just 25 laps to go. Can these guys make it to the end on these right front tires?
Caution comes out, so we will have a reset point. Everyone will be able to catch their breath. David Rudiman in the 92. That didn't bring the caution out until the 92 of David Rudiman, also with a tire issue.
Yeah, Joey Coulter's second flat right front tire was far enough around in the corner he was able to get that truck stopped. Information just that one time with Ty Dillon,
when he opted to allow Ty Dillon to go around. So that's the only time that anyone has been out front other than Kevin Harvick.
And look at this, the left front control arm, it looked like they were up under, they opened the hood, it was broke on that truck.
You see the spindle and all that brake caliper and the brake rotor. They all took that off so they can replace that upper control arm, but that's pretty much going to end his day. He may get back on the racetrack, but he's going to finish at the very low end of the 20s.
Yeah, only 18 laps remaining.
Watch up here. Watch up here. That's the area that he's going to reach in there and grab that upper control arm. It should be fastened to the frame. And he reached up in there and grabbed that thing.
Quickly saw that there was serious damage and had to get that truck behind the wall.
So after running in the 4th spot, the caution comes out. Johnny Sauter stops on pit road.
On the bottom, he does.
Oh, we got
trouble behind.
And around in turn 4, Max Gresham in the 24 is around. The caution hasn't come out yet.
Got a caution.
There it is now. Jeb Burton caught up in this as well.
Brennan Newberry with a tremendous amount of damage. It worked his way back on the lead lap. Got a lucky dog.
That start went crazy, just like I expected it would. And what Ty did was when he got to turn 1, he just went in there so deep because he didn't get the start that he wanted. He slid up the hill. That gave the edge to Buescher on the inside. But man, what a great job Ty Dillon did when he got down to turn 3. He dove that thing in there hard, like you said, Phil. He made it stick. I thought he'd go sliding up again.
I thought there may have been a little contact down in turn number 1, Michael. You don't think so? You don't think he had any help being shoved to the outside?
I think he just drove down in there because he knew he needed to make up some ground. James was all over the back of him. They might have gotten together. I couldn't really tell, but I don't think so.
That's turn 3. This is the issue. Gresham in the 24 around. You see the 32 sideways, but able to straighten back out. That's Miguel Paludo.
There might have been contact between. Shoving here inside of 10 laps to go.
This thing has a green-white checkered written all over it, the way these guys are aggressively running each other. Our top 10 got all jumbled up with that spin down in turn 4.
Nelson Piquet working to the inside of that 0-8, trying to get by Ross Chastain. Looks like he's going to make the pass.
Ross gets back in line in front of Jason White. Now Kligerman moves to the inside of John King. No room there that time.
Next time by, 2 laps of racing from Martinsville. A great run by Nelson Piquet Jr. He's up to the 7th spot. Very impressive performances out of Kevin Harvick, Ty Dillon, James Buescher, Justin Lofton, Timothy Peters, all running in the top 5.
Now what Kevin Harvick hopes is they can get back to the start-finish line to take the white flag. If they take the white flag before something happens, that will be the last lap.
Coming out of turn 4, Kevin Harvick sees the white flag, takes the white flag, a half a mile to go at Martinsville.
Clean so far on this last lap.
Harvick down the backstretch. Ty Dillon, 10 truck lengths behind him. Coming through 3 and 4. The dominant truck, a record breaker. Kevin Harvick leads 248 laps in this win.
What a dominant performance by that RCR team there, Kevin Harvick.
We must admit we saw this one coming.
Up, guys. Great job, Kevin Marcus. How about that win, buddy? Congratulations.
This is the 14th win for Kevin Harvick. He has won 4 poles, and all 4 times he has went on to win the race.
He's predictable. He starts first and finishes first. This is the most dominant performance we've seen out of him or anybody in the history of the series, leading 248 of 50 laps.
Kevin's going to celebrate on the racetrack. Let's go to the pit stall with Ray Dunlap.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.